An NTTV special report, UNTPrez Talks, with Dr. Neil Smatresk.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of UNTPrez Talks, where we have an open conversation with UNT President Neil Smatresk. How are you today, Mr. President Smatresk?
I'm doing great. How are you, Michaela?
I'm doing great. It's an early morning on a Monday, but we're getting through it.
Yeah, and it's going to be 100 degrees, so summer's here.
Summer is fast approaching. That's not fun. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. In the past month, cases of police brutality, specifically against people of color, has been at the forefront of everyone's mind. There have been a number of videos released showing even police going against peaceful protesters and the media who are covering these events. Has this made UNT evaluate its relationship with Denton PD and our own UNT PD department functions?
Certainly it has. It's pretty clear that we've got to do something different here in America, that policing isn't working the way it should, that it doesn't protect people of color, particularly it doesn't protect Black people, and Black Lives Matter. We're struggling with it on this campus. I'm trying to figure out how we can be a better campus and move forward, how we can all learn anti-racist behaviors, because all of us have some inherent racism in us, and how we can work together to create a more secure and safe environment, a friendlier environment. We pride ourselves on being a friendly campus, and I believe we are, but we're not as friendly to everyone as we should be. And I've heard from students recently who are very upset at their treatment at the hands of different police, but particularly our campus police. So I'll be talking with Chief Reynolds today in a town hall with faculty and staff to begin to develop some solutions for how we can evaluate what we do in terms of campus policing and how we give everyone a more secure feeling that they're being protected and served rather than being harassed by police.
And do you have anything you would like to say to the people who have since come forward, African Americans in particular, who have said that they have not felt the most welcomed here at UNT? I know there's a small number, but they matter.
Well, they do matter. And we've been, again, in the town hall, we talked with them. I'm not sure they were satisfied with all the discussion that we had. I was trying to listen, but kept getting dragged into some pretty intense conversations. But what I want to say is we're here to try to make it better. We're here to listen to what you have to say, and we're going to try to develop solutions over the next couple of months before school starts that can begin to create the kind of culture change that we need to make sure that our campus is welcoming for everyone, particularly for Black students.
And thank you so much for that. I am not affected by this. However, I still feel for those who are, and I really do appreciate everything you're doing for this. Moving on, last week, UNT decided that after Thanksgiving break, there would be no more in-person classes and no students would be returning to campus after Thanksgiving break. Can you explain a little bit more on why specifically Thanksgiving break was chosen for this?
Well, there's a couple different ideas at play here. First, there's a general belief that the combination of the flu and COVID as we move into the winter season is going to become more intense. We want to offer students, in the interest of safety, we want to offer students a chance who go out for Thanksgiving to stay home and not come back to campus if they choose. If they choose to come back to campus, their dorm rooms and dining hall is available, just as always, and we anticipate that quite a few will want to. Again, our college students are a more robust population than many of the rest of us, but we hope that by taking this measure and not coming back until spring, that we might reduce the incidence of a spike and keep the campus a little bit safer. But we are certainly capable and willing to deal with whoever comes back and to help make sure that we're promoting their health and taking care of them the best we can.
Okay, and what does this mean for people who choose not to come back? Will there be, like there was last semester, housing reductions and fees of that nature?
Yeah, I haven't dug into that deeply, but basically we're saying you're welcome to be here. You're welcome to be in your residence halls, even though the classes will be remote. And so it seems to me that right now will probably keep most of the rates the same. But I don't think we've worked out the final details of that, and we'll have to figure it out and see how many students might be interested in taking us up on this.
Okay. Moving on to a little bit of a lighter note, a UNT research group is currently running simulations using the nation's top supercomputers to test potential COVID-19 drugs. How does that make you feel that one of our very own is a part of this pandemic in such a big way?
Well, it's great. We've got one of the best computational chemistry groups in the country. There's some, Dr. Andres Cisneros is very into this whole activity along with other chemists here on campus. And hopefully they'll be part of a breakthrough that will make us all safer in the long run. We have other people working in COVID-related research as well. One of my favorites, just because if it works, it'll be a huge breakthrough, is that one of our faculty members, Guido Verbeck, has what he believes is the invention of a COVID breathalyzer. So you breathe into it, and in 90 seconds, you find out whether you're positive or not.
And
That
it
would
would
be
work
huge.
just like a normal breathalyzer that a police would use if you were on a DUI?
Well, it's a little bigger and more complicated, but yeah, it works just like you breathe into it and it gives you a result.
That's absolutely amazing. I have not heard of that yet. Thank you so much for sharing. Well, is there anything else you would like to add? I believe that's all I have for you today.
No, it's getting hot out there. I hope everybody stays cool. And I wish you all luck for those who are taking their classes remotely in this summer. Summer enrollment's up 15%, which is great. And we're hoping for a good fall. Orientation started, and I just got to say, it's a little weird because I'm talking in a screen trying to communicate with people who I can't see. And I miss that. I miss seeing people. I think the human interaction makes us all better.
It definitely does. I miss going outside and hanging out with my friends and everything about it. Summer's just not the same.
I know.
Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching this episode of UNTPrez Talks with President Neil Smatresk. See you again next week.
Bye-bye, Michaela.
You've been watching an NTTV special report, UNTPrez Talks with Dr. Neil Smatresk.